if you've had a creative idea, you've started working towards it and then just run out of motivation, energy, drive to get it done, then this video is for you. While I do talk about music and music gear, this isn't at all in the sole purview of music. This is also tripping me up in making my videos and in just my business life in general. So it'll cover all the reasons why we get stuck. A couple of weeks ago, I got to bring some of my gear out, and I'm part of an electronic hardware group called Bloop Group here in Dublin, and we meet every month, and once in a while you get a chance to play. And I played last month and thought it was a lot of fun. It was engaging, entertaining. People were responding to my music. And I thought, oh, I'm going to take some of those tracks, record them down and put them up on SoundCloud. And one of my previous videos last year, I put up a track and it's got listened to hundreds of times. So I was like, okay, I've done this before. I can definitely do this. But I just kept running into a block. And as I said in my last video, in the past month, I've just been coming to terms with the fact that I'm pretty sure I've got ADHD. I'm at least self-identifying it as that until I get to the point where I go and get an actual diagnosis. But it ticks a lot of boxes for me. And it's just taken me down this spiral, not just about music, or creativity, but also about my business. I mean, if you've noticed, I haven't put a video up on YouTube in the past 2 weeks. And that's not because I don't want to, and it's not because I don't have ideas, but every time I come to sit down to jot down some notes, to write down some ideas, to turn on the camera, my head is spinning. And I'm wondering, is this ADHD? Is this distraction? Am I just tired? Is it that time of year where, it's starting to open up and feeling a little bit more spring-like? But here in Ireland, it's just been grey and rainy for weeks. It feels hard to get motivated. Now, I'm able to keep most of the things around the house, like getting the kids to school on time, making dinner, walking the dogs, feeding the dogs. I'm able to keep all of that stuff flowing and moving. But it feels like it's taking up a lot of my energy right now. I understand the irony of it, that I have built this YouTube channel and I'm building out support for people. I help people one-on-one every month, and I help people in groups. And I get that it's like, I'm the guy that people come to get help to get through their blocks. But I'm also in the trenches trying to use my creativity to make videos, to make music, to help my wife's business keep running as well. But thankfully, I've been working with one friend, Vanessa. Our kids were in the same school and she lives 40 kilometers south of Dublin here. So I don't get to see her all the time, but we do message regularly because she's also a solo business owner, and she runs a really heartfelt business where she does somatic movement and dance and freedom through that movement. And she's a wonderful person with a wonderful mission. And it's like we're mission aligned buddies. And the great thing that's been happening though is we've been co-working for about, I want to say at least 6 months, maybe it's more like a year at this point. And even in the midst of this, she was like, hey, do you want to jump on and do some work together? And we've been doing that on and off. And it's just meant that I've got somebody who's there, so I don't feel alone, even though I'm sat here in my room on my own. And in the act of just saying out loud what we're going to work on, so maybe I'm going to write a script for a YouTube video, or I'm going to write an email to my people, or I'm going to update my website, get back to somebody who's asking about working with me, whatever it might be, I say that out loud and it feels like I'm on the hook a little bit. And you know what, there's a really good chance that I'm going to get that done because it gets to the end of the time and, it's way easier to go, oh, there's somebody else right there on the call with me. And it's been really helping. And I just realized, and I figured out towards the end of January, hey, I've previously been doing kind of a parallel play, kind of body doubling call amongst the kind of people in the community who watch my videos, who are on my email lists. And I was like, oh, let's start this back up again. And because it worked really well. People were enjoying it. People were showing up. But this time I was like, I really need it. I need to have that time on the calendar. Because I've realized for me that with ADHD, like the time blocking doesn't work because I can just ignore it and I can go and do something else. And if my phone's right there, I'll pick it up. I've even been trying other tools like this cool little clock timer, and you wind it up and it visualizes your time that you're going to work on. And it's really helpful, but it's not as helpful as actually having the accountability of somebody there. And even if your phone's set beside you, you feel guilty for picking it up. So it's easier to leave it outside the room, slide it away and not be looking at it than being caught on camera, checking your phone when you've already said, I'm going to get this email written. So just the fact that there's activity going on in the call, the fact that other people are there, you can kind of ask a question or get clarity. I've been able to offer technical assistance to people. We've kind of been asking, how do we do things? Or do you ever struggle with X? Now the cool thing, like my friend who I've been co-working with, like she's not an ADHDer. She just works on her own from her house and she's a little bit remote. And she just wants to be there working with somebody, you know, and it works. Like there's a sense of fun. There's a sense of cooperation. There's a sense of like shared energy. And you really get to feel like, hey, I'm making progress. I'm making a journey down the line. And the cool thing is she's actually come and gone, oh, actually, I want to commit to doing some creative things. So can I come to your creative parallel play sessions and I'll work on like making a playlist for my next dance class. And that's been cool as well because it means that we do some work like on like building our business and building it up. Then she also comes and we do something creative. And that's exactly where in one of the sessions with an artist who's based in the States and with my friend who's down the country here, I jumped on and I was actually able to record one of the tracks that I said I was going to get into the computer. And it just felt like such a win to have put that time aside, to have been on a call with them and to work through the process and the technical hurdles. I was like, how do I get them connected up? What cables can I use? What needs to be rerouted here? It was an interesting journey and it helped me get to the place where I was like, okay, I heard the full track. And I was like, okay, this needs to be a little bit more fleshed out. It's great. I'm really enjoying that process. And it got me back into working on that and going, hey, here it is. It's helping. So these calls are helping me, but they could also be helping you too. We do them twice a week. They're on a Tuesday morning here, Dublin time, and they're on a Thursday afternoon to try and catch the US morning as well. If you'd like to come and join us, there's going to be a link in the description. You can come. It's free. Feel free to come along. It's pay what you want, and that includes Zero. If you just want to come and check it out, if you just want to work along some other people, it's in the calendar for 90 minutes. I tend to be around for 2 hours, and it's just a chance to say hello, say what you're working on, and then at the end, just check in. You don't have to have your camera on or your mic on. Just show up and commit to getting some of your creative work done, or getting some of your admin out of the way so you can get to your creative work later, whatever works. Hey, we'd love to see you come and jump on the calls. But before that, YouTube will show you another video over here if you need a little bit more inspiration and motivation. And until next time, stay creative.